Hopefully, you got Michael Jackson playing in your head right now as I'm answering these. But no, in all seriousness, in this video, we're going to take a look at protecting the sheet. We would hate for students to be trying to do this activity and then they accidentally do something crazy like type in or delete the formula from where the actual image is. And then basically they get no feedback from that image whatsoever. Or even worse, the student would delete the question and then they're not getting to practice the skills that we want them to because they don't even have the question to look at. So, in order to help make sure that students aren't accidentally doing stuff like deleting the images or deleting the questions, we can protect the sheet so that they get an error message that comes up whenever they try to change something. So let's take a look at how to do that. Right next to the sheet at the bottom here, you'll click on this little arrow and then choose protect sheet. And you can put a description here. I usually just end up leaving that blank. And then what you'll do is choose which sheet you're going to protect. And we don't want to protect the entire sheet though, because we do want students to be able to type in where their answers go or type in anywhere else where they may be working. So what we'll do is click this button right here, accept certain cells, and then we'll just click this button. That will allow us to click and drag on the cells that we don't want that we do want students to be able to edit. And if it's something like a jokes on you or spontaneous stories, fortune teller, or some other activity where students are typing in multiple cells, you just want to hold down control and then you can click or select multiple sections at once. Otherwise, you can also click on add another range over here and then select each of those ranges individually. So the only thing we want students to be able to change for this one is this section F10 through F21. We'll click on OK. Next thing you'll do is choose set permissions. And at first you would probably think, oh, this is what I want to do, restrict who can edit, only you. But that actually won't work at all because when the students get this file, they're getting a copy of that file. Whether you're sending them a forced copy or Google Classroom is giving them a forced copy link, they're getting a copy of this activity. So they are now the owner of that activity. So this would actually go away completely. Instead, we'll choose show a warning and then click done. What will happen now is if students go to change a cell that they're not supposed to, this message will come up. And hopefully, if your students are young enough, they would ask you what they should do or what they should click on. And if a student is old enough, you would hope that they would read this message. Although I have sixth grade students and I can tell you for sure they most of the time they don't read this message, but this would let them know, hey, you're not supposed to do this, and they can click cancel to get out of this. If they click OK, it will let them delete that image or change that. But then you can at least, as the teacher, when they call you over and say, hey, my activity is not working, you can say, well, what did you click when the message popped up? And when they say, I don't know, you know that they clicked OK and allowed that to happen. So that's how you can use protecting the ranges or protecting the sheet to ensure that students aren't accidentally typing in areas that they're not supposed to. There is one time that you don't want to use this though, and in particular, our spot the difference activity, or any time you have clip art that is overlaid that students are going to manipulate. You don't want to protect the sheet because as soon as they click on that item, that message will pop up. And it'll be really annoying for students if that message pops up every time they're trying to move an image. So on something like Spot the Difference, you don't want to protect the sheet at all. All right, that's it on protecting the sheet. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to let us know.